anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything, we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Whispered hopes turned into roars, mountains moved by steady hands. In the sea of endless stars, we command and take our stand. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything, we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Whispered hopes turned into roars, mountains moved by steady hands. In the sea of endless stars, we command and take our stand. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything, we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Tonight's the night we claim our fate. No more silence, no more wait. With every step we elevate, creating worlds we celebrate. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything, we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. We started with a spark, in a world so dark and plain. Now we're lighting up the night, making magic from our veins. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything, we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Whispered hopes turned into roars, mountains moved by steady hands. In the sea of endless stars, we command and take our stand. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything, we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Whispered hopes turned into roars, mountains moved by steady hands. In the sea of endless stars, we command and take our stand. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything, we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Tonight's the night we claim our fate. No more silence, no more wait. With every step we elevate, creating worlds we celebrate. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything, we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies.
Welcome to Liberty Tonight, the only pro-liberty late-night variety show. Hosted by Brian Piotr and starring King Libertarian. Special guests, hilarious commentary, skits, gags, and more fun are just ahead. And here's Brian.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Liberty Tonight. I am your host, Brian Piotr, and I'm with the king of all the libertarians. This is a special show that we got for you tonight. There's plenty of news. Ted Cruz and Tucker Carlson had the best podcast of the year with the conversation that I have always wanted to have with Ted Cruz, being like, but you're killing people. Why is that okay? This is really great. But to hear more about it and find out what we're supposed to do, what we're supposed to think for the week, we always go to the king. He gets a moment in the sun by himself where he gets to program our brains and brainwash us with the war propaganda that we all desperately deserve as right-wing, conservative, libertarians, whatever our labels are. Christian nationalists? No, that's just me. Anyways, without further ado, here's the king.
Hear ye, I'm King Libertarian, benevolent dictator of libertarianism, slayer of status, hater of bureaucrats, Team Elon, and all-around badass monarch. Now silence you peasants, your king is speaking. Here we are, on the verge of war once again. It's been Iran's a month away from a nuke for 30 years now. This is the worst version of the movie Groundhog Day I've ever seen, when instead of an annoying salesman, it's rockets and threats of thermonuclear war every day. Seriously, no one asked for this reboot. This even makes the new Snow White remake look like a Scorsese film. And you'd think that 2 decades in the Middle East and 0 wins, Washington would have learned its lesson by now. But no. We've seen how many grinder profiles there are in D.C. Masochism is the pool of degeneracy that they swim in daily. And this is splitting the MAGA base. Not unexpectedly. After all, Trump directly courted libertarians, promising to be a peace president. You've got one half of MAGA saying, no more foreign wars, America first, defend the border, not the desert. And the other half is like, nuke Iran for Jesus. It's like watching 2 guys in the same truck fight over who gets to drink Busch Lights and drive like an asshole. At the end of the day, despite any fractures, we have a massive debt, open borders, rising authoritarianism, and half the country thinks men should use women's restrooms and compete against them in sports. Dear peasants, this may be our last night together, not at war with Iran. So savor it. I am your beacon. I am your guiding light. And I will always be your dictator, no matter how many ballistic missiles we see flying overhead. Your king has spoken. Now back to Squire Brian.
Oh man, I don't want to go to war. This is Liberty Tonight, though. We are not going to war here. We are here to entertain, to joke, and to laugh. This is headlines. What is there? We have an unlimited number of stories, but what do we actually want to share with you guys? I see Kermode Bear has entered the chat. Thank you, Kermode Bear, for coming to rumble.com/Liberty Tonight. If you're watching on other platforms, come to Rumble. Talk with us. Join us. Let's talk about World War III and be a glowy together, right? No, yeah. I feel like I was part of the MAGA base until the whole, let's just say I've blocked a lot of people this week. Quite a few people have gotten blocked on my X account this week.
Yes.
I don't know how you feel about it, King, but
I'm more forgiving of a dictator than you would be if you were a benevolent king. But I do use the mute quite liberally if I must use a term that causes my skin to crawl.
And just to be clear for everybody here, I don't care about bombing Iran as long as I'm not bombing Iran. Israel and Iran want to go at it, go for it. They're couldn't be further away from me on Earth. They'd have to literally go to the moon to be further away than they are. So just like go for it, guys. Whatever. Nuke each other. It won't even hurt my weather. I don't care. But I definitely don't want to be bombing you myself. I don't want to be borrowing money and giving it to you to bomb other people. I don't want to be involved. Just I want to pass go, collect my $200, and then it's your turn. So if you're in the chat and you think different, tell me why you think any different than that. So
yeah, the BB he no likey us trying to be America first. I think he thinks he's smarter than Trump, and maybe he is, but I don't know. I have a sneaking suspicion that there's a lot of blustering going on the behalf of Trump, and only Trump knows it.
Well,
Here's
the deal.
has told everybody he's ready to strike, and that you give him the final. That was the key. He was like, "Be ready to go once I confirm." So in his head, he's like, maybe like, I'm not gonna do this, but nobody else on earth knows that I'm not serious about this.
If Trump comes out with a deal and peace over this, we can all get on the he's a genius and we're thankful for him train, right? Yes. I'm open that that's a possibility, and I just really hope that that's what's happening. I
have a sneaking suspicion.
I mean, that's what he wants. That's what he wants to happen, right?
Look,
so Iran could still ruin it. Iran could be like, bomb away, like,
yes,
and this moment is over for Trump to get the peace that he wanted, and he's in a war.
At very key points, the U.S. has still continued to block Israel from doing certain things. 2, 1, killing Khomeini, and 2, bombing that certain nuclear facility. What I think is probably likely happening is basically he was told, unless you use the rods from God and essentially implode an entire mountain onto itself and get 2 miles deep with a tungsten tipped rod that's going 35,000 miles per hour, unless you want to level an entire mountain, no amount of bunker busters or anything. That's the only thing that's going to get these guys when they're 2 miles under the earth, underneath the mountain. So he's like, well, why are we even going to get involved if we can't use it unless we use some type of top secret weapon that we aren't want to come out with yet? So Russia backed off. Pakistan was pissed. They had a border with them. They were saying the Muslim world needs to rise up. And the next day, Trump himself was meeting with their leader of their military. So I think, I think this is another art of the deal at a level that's so extraordinary that we can't fathom it. I have a sneaking suspicion this is all in his mind as a way of tactic and leverage and pressure and just being a wild card without actually being a wild card. Like me, I love being a wild card, but always being in control. That's what makes a good dictator. Trump, him and I are right here, buddy.
Hey, welcome back, Nasty. I just saw you in the chat. Thanks for joining. You think that anyone should use the rods from God? If you're lurking on X, please give me a follow. Please share this show with your friends. Retweet it. What we're doing tonight for raising our funds is, of course, you could go to the4libertyshop.com and support us. Get T-shirts, get coffee. But if you put $5 in a Rumble rant or more, I will, or the King will. You can choose. Just word for word, copy and paste your Rumble rant into our Twitter. You can basically say whatever you want on my Twitter. Just give me a Rumble rant.
Don't get me banned.
I'd prefer you don't get me banned, but I will still do it.
There are still some woke tards at X.
Yeah,
not perfect yet.
Also, I'm probably gonna get banned someday, anyways. I mean, might as well be something funny. So I hope that you can at least make it funny. And if you can't make it funny, this is headlines, guys.
Don't make us go to Blue Sky and get insta banned like JD Vance did. He went on there and said, "Hey everyone, I look forward to having honest conversations with you." No,
Not
get
in
out of
my
here.
home.
This is the place for truth and debate. This is a left-wing hellhole that's masquerading as Mastodon, which was a pedophile network. No, you can't have that here.
Do.
What's going on?
I'm changing up some stuff.
What's going on, everybody?
Okay,
in
I'm
the
back.
chat?
I got our
Back?
headlines.
All right.
This is the video I was trying to play for you earlier. It wasn't on the screen.
Carlson, we didn't vote for Candace Owens. No, of course we didn't. We didn't vote for them. But you know what I voted for, and what I know a lot of you guys voted for? No wars and a smaller government. And guess what
Yep.
we're not getting? We're not getting a small government. We're getting pounds here to mass survey all Americans. And we are getting a war for Israel. That's what we're getting. And I didn't vote for that.
Preach,
And I
girl.
know you didn't vote for that either. And you're convincing yourself that you're okay with it because you love Trump way too much.
Yeah, dude, that's a lot of. I'm loyal to a fault. If you say we're bombing Iran, I'm on board. Like, there's way too much of that. Where it's like, Laura Loomer is an attack dog who's great when she's attacking your enemy, but then when you're attacking Trump for doing stupid stuff like supporting bombing Iran, and she just goes after everybody. She had a terrible day on X attacking everybody. Ted Cruz went on a debate with Tucker Carlson unprepared. He got wrecked. The guy's smart and he's an experienced politician, but he got wrecked. Just absolutely turned upside down.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that here soon. But what she's saying is so absolute truth. But then the fact that it's coming out of a pretty woman, man, it really just makes you want to believe it, doesn't it?
I want to believe it. I want to believe it.
We need more hot women saying smart things.
You know,
but we libertarians tend to be repulsive.
One of my most viral tweets this week is I called BB Leroy Jenkins. That's
BB?
what he. Yeah, BB Netanyahu.
Oh, BB.
Yeah, BB Netanyahu is Leroy Jenkins because he just said, "Bomb him, start this thing, light that torch, take that match and that gasoline, and go for it."
Of course,
see
he's
what
an
happens.
agent of chaos.
Yeah, because the guy's going to
Graham,
get thrown out of office if he doesn't keep it up. And what the heck if you're in Gaza right now? That sucks. It really sucks.
Yeah, you just got all the wind taken out of your sails.
Like, your life has sucked for 30 years and now it's going to stay bad. Yeah. We're all going to forget about you. The protests in America are going to go away. It solves a lot of the Israeli problems, but not your problem. You live in Gaza.
The Egyptians beat up the only people that care about you, which we'll get to as well in the show. So
earlier today, earlier yesterday, I had quite a long back and forth with Milo Yiannopoulos. For those of you who don't know who Milo is, he used to be gay.
Yeah.
And then he decided that he would come out as straight. The great going back into the closet to become.
Can you really actually do that after the things that you do when you're gay? Like, can you undo that? I don't know. But
he doesn't have a wife now.
He is just as famous for being an ex-gay as what he was. One of the ones banned early on, and he became this pariah of political commentary, and
so
he said offensive things. He was like a young gay. What's her name?
For those who are new to the scene, Milo came over here as a British guy in 2015 and 2016 and campaigned at colleges, going college to college and giving speeches on behalf of Trump, and he was super edgy as the gay conservative.
Right.
Then he got canceled for going too far, and I can't remember why. And then he traveled around with Kanye and Nick Fuentes, and he had a dinner with Trump. He had a dinner with Trump where Trump walked by, and there was Kanye and Milo and Nick Fuentes, and then the media blew up that was like, I can't believe Trump was in the same room with these people because they're ridiculous racists. And
Right.
and Kanye obviously has not continued. He's continued to go off on his Kanye ways, whatever he's doing, and
Making songs, making summer
So-
bangers.
so Milo said that libertarians suck, and I said libertarians are the basic the American founding fathers were all libertarians, and he's just a dirty Brit.
So you got this some like sort of a debate with him. Were you ever trying to defend libertarians at all, or were you just throwing us under the bus to the formerly gay superstar?
No apology will ever be enough for America. I'm sorry your country was lost to the Moors, because the UK is now gone forever. He said no apology will ever be enough for America's calamitous, wretched failures in the Middle East, which are the cause for mass migrations. He's blaming you. He's blaming us for that, which is not fair.
What?
So here I do. I said don't cast stones. Balfour Declaration 1970. That's you guys. For anyone not into history, this is the British creating the state of Israel. The Balfour Declaration says we're going to support immigrants to Israel and the creation of the state of Israel. And
Yeah.
they were the British protectorate, and the British had terrorism from the Jews, and they were sick of getting bombed by the Jews in this Middle Eastern country after World War II. They just said, that's it. We don't care. Figure it out, guys. And they left. That was 1948, and Israel became a country. So it's all the British fault.
The long story short is when you guzzle tea and you eat beans for breakfast,
Oh, this is so gross.
you are never right. When you wanted to tax us 3% for tea, but we did not accept that, but we accept a 25% income tax and sales tax and property tax, paying a tax on something you already own. That's American.
Heck
Not
yeah.
a tea tax, okay, buddy? So go back over there and talk about your football and your crumpets, and don't ever address this nation again, you formerly gay man who can't ungay yourself. I don't think that's possible.
I will say that football, I still haven't watched it, but English football, soccer, far more interesting now that somebody could randomly fall and die at any moment. You never know.
Yeah.
They could die suddenly on the field
Die
at any
suddenly.
moment. Makes going to a game a little bit more exciting because you're like, nothing happens for 80 minutes, but like somebody could die.
Yeah. Right there on the field.
Yes,
You want to
sir.
see a dead body?
I can see a dead body.
What else is going on in the world?
What else is going on is Palestinians are parading around the West Bank in parts of down Iranian helicopter. Or down
They're having a great time. This is the West Bank, so it's not Gaza. So they're already happy they aren't Gazans. But yeah, they're having the time of their life. Look at this. This is great. This is almost like Mardi Gras. They should be grabbing in there and grabbing any bead-like substances and throwing them into the crowd.
You know what's crazy is like an American redneck might be doing this, but they're blitzed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to do this sober.
Yeah, no,
There's no way I'm getting
no alcohol and
I'm not walking
pissed
around
off
with a
land.
missile sober.
look, your women are all clothed. You can't drink, but you're still doing stuff like this. Yeah, they're the Middle East rednecks. This is if a piece of a rocket fell into Kentucky, they would be doing the same thing in their little hollers. They would be dragging this thing down.
They're like, "Hey, Muhammad,"
and stringing it up like it's a buck.
"Hey, Muhammad, you know what I found?" "No, Muhammad, what did you find?" "Oh, Muhammad, I found a missile." "No way, man. Let's go poke it."
How did you guess that both of their names were Muhammad? It's the most commonly used name on earth. Read a fucking book once.
It's a British name. It's the most popular British name. What are we talking about?
Yeah. It's the most popular name in many countries that used to never know what Muhammad means.
Yeah, what's
Weird
crazy?
how that
like,
works.
Europe fell to the Moors 30 years ago, but now we're just it's a waiting game now. Like the battle was already fought and won 20 to 35 years,
Yeah,
20
you
to
know,
30 years ago.
It's almost like there wasn't centuries and centuries and centuries of history where the same thing repeated over and over again, where a group of people from a faraway nation were coming under a certain religion and banner to steal, kill, and conquer. And if you didn't convert, you would die. And
in the end, the Moors
because it's
won.
the 21st century, we think that's all different.
In the end, the Moors won. They had a setback for 500 years, but then they came back. It's like a real 85 IQ wins over the course of enough time.
Idiocracy proved that one.
Yeah. Well,
what are the orcs in J.R.R. Tolkien? Could he have possibly had an
No,
analogy for
he
the
didn't know.
orcs?
You know what's crazy though is Iran actually has the fourth highest IQ. Persian people have an average IQ of 104. I don't know how accurate that is, but everybody I've met in America that's Persian is smart, and
Yeah.
their data
bet.
supposedly says 104 IQ. So of
Let's
the Middle
make
East,
Iran pre-1979 again. I want to see some Iranian women in bikinis. Let's go. Red, white, and blue.
can you imagine though? Iran's right next to Afghanistan, and we have like a divide of 700 years ago and I don't know 600 years ago, but we could go to modern times with the Persians. The Afghanis will never be modern.
No, absolutely not.
Here's Tucker. Let's take a moment and look at just like this 1.5 minutes of this 2-hour long beautiful performance.
How many people live in Iran, by the way?
I don't know the population.
At all?
No, I don't know the population.
You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple?
How many people live in Iran?
92 million.
Okay. Yeah,
How could you not know that?
I don't sit around memorizing population tables.
So we kill
it's
1 million,
kind of
2
relevant
million,
because
3
you're
million,
calling for the
whatever.
overthrow of the government.
Why is it relevant whether it's,
Well, because-
it's 90 million or 80 million or 100 million? Why is
Because
that
if
relevant?
you don't know anything about the country,
I didn't say I don't know anything about
okay, what's the ethnic mix of Iran?
They are Persians and
What percent?
predominantly Shia. Okay, this is cute.
It's not
Okay.
even. You don't know anything about Iran, so
Okay,
actually,
I
the
am not
country.
the Tucker Carlson
No, but
expert on Iran.
You're a
who
senator
says-
who's calling
Okay,
for the
you're the one who
overthrow of the
claims-
government.
You're the
and
one
you
who
don't know
claims
anything about the country.
No, you don't know anything about the country. You're the one who claims they're not trying to murder Donald Trump.
No,
You're the
I'm
one
not saying that.
who can't figure out
I'm
if it was
saying
a good
you
idea
don't
to kill
believe-
General Soleimani, and you
don't
said it was bad.
believe they're trying to
He
murder
was a
Trump.
sociopath.
Yes, I do.
Because you're not calling for military strikes against them in retaliation. And if
Okay,
you really
we are
believe that,
carrying out military strikes today.
you said Israel was.
Right, with our help.
We're
I
doing
said
it.
we. Israel is leading them, but we're
This is
supporting them.
awkward.
Well, you're breaking
Was he
news here
supposed to say that?
because the U.S.
I mean, you got top of the line bombs and top of the line planes and top of the line everything paid for and designed and everything by us. Yeah, I mean, we're basically doing it with Israeli fighters.
I mean,
the
we're
Israeli
really good at killing Muslims. So
Where did the Israeli fighter jet pilots learn to fly? In America, in
Right.
Sarasota, Florida, or Arizona. So,
Yeah.
anyways, Buck
Makes you
Nasty,
think.
you're saying, look what I got, $5. I will tweet, or the king will tweet whatever you put in a Rumble rant. That's the giveaway for the day. Also, looking backwards on the last few shows, we have a Rat Cafe visit coming up in August, and I am going to the Ron Paul barbecue / 90th birthday party, which is August 9th. I've raised $20 towards that goal. I'm going to wear a Ron Paul Thomas Massey 2024 shirt. I'm very excited for that. Let me know if you're going there. I'd love to meet you in person. And yeah, every dollar that we're getting is headed towards these goals. Very appreciative of everything that you do to support us. And I just, gosh, I'm so happy to have watched Ted Cruz get thrown under the bus, and then Tucker put it in reverse and got him again, going back the other way.
Yeah.
Now the what's funny is the MAGA base is trying to make the ones that are on like the Ted Cruz side, so the boomers, they're trying to make memes saying like, how many beans in this jar? Oh, by the way, I want to, bomb this country. Like, I don't understand their memes. It's relevant to know that there are 92 million people in the country you want to invade. Call me crazy.
Yes.
But,
Yes. And
yeah.
and here after headlines, our top 10 is the top 10 top 10 things Ted Cruz would rather have been doing than that Tucker Carlson interview. And then we got Conspiracy Corner, Truth or Tale,
Speaking of
King Libertarian
memes.
Truth or Tale, Culture Couch, and everything. But
Ted Cruz.
you're on the subject here, Brian.
Mhm.
I did think it was kind of it was on the line of a Douglas Murray. Have you ever been like? The fact that he continued asking questions, he literally knew nothing about Iran. I get it. But most of the clips were that first one where it's like, do you know the population? So I made this meme based on Monty Python and Holy Grail. You don't know the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow, and you want to find the Holy Grail. Tucker laugh.
But
so
then
if you scroll up,
Ted Cruz stole your meme.
So if you scroll up, so that is a post of me, and if you click on that, I posted it to his he posted a meme, what's the population of the Death Star? And then I posted that meme in response. And then within 20 minutes or so, he posted the unladen swallow, and I was like, dude, you could have just retweeted you literally the same movie and almost the same. So I have been reshared by Elon Musk, and I have been ripped off by Ted Cruz. This is official. You know a very influential king.
Yeah, you're very influential, but I guarantee you that Ted Cruz doesn't even have the password to his X account.
Well, Ted Cruz is underpaid intern or unpaid intern.
It's not an intern.
Ripped me off.
That staffer makes $200K a year, and that's before whatever else he does on the side.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he's only working like 15 hours.
He's also a chair at AIPAC. Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably. The AIPAC guy talks to this guy, and he's like, "Can you tweet this on Tuesday?" And he's like, "Sure." Can you
King
send me a
Libertarian,
check?
reshared by Elon, ripped off by Ted Cruz. It's official.
All right, taking a break to go back to the For Liberty shop. And I know each and every one of you have probably heard of the For Liberty shop. It is the best shop. To find our collection of Liberty Tonight and our whole network of collections on here, just type in Liberty Tonight in the search bar, and you can see the most recent sales have been of our Paul Massey Liberty Tonight tee, which we added last week. I've got several. I've got a couple for gifts for people that I'm going to meet at the Ron Paul birthday party. May he live forever, as you're supposed to say.
Nice.
Whiskey Barrel Aged Coffee is our best-selling coffee, but we also have regular flavored. Several people have subscribed. I know Kermode Bear is on tonight, and he's subscribed. I assume it's a he. It's a bear. I guess I don't really know. We got whiskey glasses. We got lots of things, and I appreciate each and every one of you who support our show. Even if you don't have a dollar to spare, that's cool. Can you like the show on our channel? Subscribe to our channel on Rumble. I appreciate free things, too. We do this every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, and we got no intention of stopping. Though we're open to changing the slots, let us know in the chat if you like different times. We're still considering it, always considering it. And back to headlines.
Breaking news, George Soros is funding the new Ice Fest.
Okay, that's exciting. So,
We go live to the propaganda.
sir, what exactly are you protesting here today?
I don't even know why we're yelling, but I think chaos is good. What's wrong?
I watched the news. It said people are being taken from their homes.
Do you know anyone personally affected?
No, but my friend's uncle's distant cousin's friend. We're here to get impressionable youth
Pretty
to come
much.
cause chaos.
Why are you out here today? They're taking people from their homes. Where'd you see that? The news. Go watch the news. We are the resistance. The news said so. Grab a rock.
Good thing there's pallets of bricks and a conveniently placed pile just dropped off for protesters.
Here's the thing about people being illegal. Illegal should be legal. We don't need laws. What's good, foo? You want to catch a fade? I'll mess you up right now.
How fun. Reminds me of the Floyd Fest.
Perfect.
Reminds me of the Floyd Fest.
Oh. Isn't this how it is?
No,
We-
those are
we
all
show
real
you
videos,
how it is.
guys. Those are all 100% real videos. You see the nuclear bomb going off in the background there? That's real. That really happened. Everybody, this
Yes.
is not AI.
No.
Also, AI is coming for us and is going to take over the world, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. But Buck Nasty got a Liberal Tears mug. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. I hope that the coffee tastes sweeter out of it with some Liberal Tears, or at least a little bit saltier.
We got somebody to check their genitalia tonight. Kermode Bear does have a penis. Everybody, please clap for Kermode Bear and having a penis. Congratulations.
Oh, not laugh track.
But that does not
Clap
mean
track.
that you're a man. Let's not be bigoted here, folks.
I do believe it means you are a man, or at least you will become a man if you're a boy. So that Dark RFK is also a man with a weird
Yes.
voice.
A very strong man.
General Mills to remove all artificial food dyes.
Woo!
Woohoo!
And Heinz. This comes after Heinz Corporation also bent the knee to the master of health. It's really Cheryl's idea. You know, our boy, RFK. So really, the MAGA movement, other than like one little hiccup where everyone got pissed off about a Surgeon General, which I looked it up, means nothing. It's a bullshit position that has no power or anything like that. And the MAGA were like, we quit over a position that's all ceremonial.
Oh man!
But
no,
really, like
no.
he
Callie
disbanded
means
the vaccine council. Like, come on,
no.
guys.
Okay, so truth be told, Callie Means is pro-vax and got the job because she was pro-vax. They pulled the lady who was anti-vax, and they have not pulled the COVID vaccine off of the market. There's no intention to do that. There was 25,000 people a day still receiving the COVID vaccine for no reason. And anybody who dies from here on out, the blood's on RFK Jr.'s hands. That's the position I'm taking on it. I don't know how many people that
Wow.
is, but at this point, it's unacceptable that you haven't pulled that vaccine off the market.
Yikes. Brian
Yeah.
Piotr coming in with the fire.
Yep.
But-
And the whole reason is because Donald Trump loves his vaccine. He loves Operation Warp Speed. To pull the vaccine off the market would to insult Trump. And so he won't allow it.
RFK has gone as far as possible with it. So
Yeah, and I don't think Trump thinks that it hurts anybody, and he thinks that it's great and it's the best thing that ever happened, and he believes that it's fine. And on one side of things, it's like the worst people on earth are getting these vaccines. It's not good to kill people, but it's not exactly my family and friends, you know,
right.
at this
Right.
point. So I do think it should be pulled.
I would give him more grace, especially considering one, where we could have been if Trump hadn't been elected, and two, how much he has been able to get done and move that benchmark over from where it was, we went from let's give it to kids just so we can see what happens. That's literally what the council he just fired, one of them, when they were deciding whether to authorize it for children, was like, you know, I don't like the situation we're in, but these are how these things go. You got to give it to them to see what happens. I say we should authorize it. So Brian Piotr may not spare your head, but I will. So
I got a comment.
Either way, we're moving in the right direction.
Comment on YouTube saying, when did RFK become a dictator? Please make the vax stop. It's not about that. It's okay. So vaccines don't have any liability. And when you remove the liability from a product, it's all bad news, right? Because if you get damaged or killed from the product, you don't have any recourse. There's a government council, a socialist government council that reviews your case and reimburses you money if you get harmed by a vaccine. In the past, very small numbers of deaths have been enough to pull a vaccine and delist it.
Correct.
Very, very small deaths. I think there was like 40 deaths for a vaccine that killed 40 people in the 70s or 80s. Like I don't remember the details on that one, but like it's been very small amounts in the past. Now we're looking at maybe 1 million deaths worldwide from the vaccine, and the FDA stamp of approval means that people think it's completely safe, and there's no liability, there's no warning. Like you can go buy a pack of cigarettes and you get all these warnings.
Yes.
But you get a vaccine, you get nothing. So they
Hey,
deserve a
that
very
that is the line that we straddle as libertarians.
Mhm.
Where
I prefer full
intervention
liability.
or non-intervention. If you have a state or a government and it's in place, at least it could be a fair arbiter and create a neutral playing ground. So
And
not
full-
allowing litigation against people who create a product that is potentially dangerous is not the same as government intervention. Yeah, same with the warning labels. Like you are supposed to enforce a rule that keeps everything fair for everybody. That's there's really your only purpose, and you can metastasize that into different things like police and whatever. But if you're going to have a state at all, it should be a neutral arbiter to create a fair playing ground for everybody. So and there's a consent factor of it too. Like if you're giving something to somebody that's potentially dangerous, and you're not letting them know clearly before they decide to take your product, you're defrauding them. So libertarians should get behind this stuff.
And when you take any other medicine, you get this long list. Like if you listen to any of the commercials in the US of side effects, suicidal thoughts, and death.
Yes.
You don't have to give those side effects for vaccines. If you
Right.
remember when we got all those ads on the vaccines from everywhere all the time, they never appended you might get
This may
all
cause blah,
these
blah,
side
blah, blah,
effects
blah,
and
blah, blah.
death.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Wonder why.
So you don't have any liability, and you don't have to tell people about the issues. If they did have liability and you did have to give informed consent before injections, then it's all good. I'm fine with it. Like, let it be on the market. That's the libertarian position, then I'm okay with it. But yeah, the current situation isn't okay. And if you take the vaccine, you should detox, get healthy. Don't drink the food dye. Don't eat processed food.
That's right.
Get healthy.
Like me.
Mm-hmm. And if I die tomorrow, so be it. You know, life is not. We're here to have fun.
C'est la vie.
And on the having fun, here's what I mean.
Breaking news. Breaking next.
Okay, so I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pull his.
Breaking news. Draft chiropractics exist.
I leave the sound on.
So what I'm
I
gonna do is
don't
make
think we can
pull his
hear
head
it.
down.
I've never been to a chiropractor. Have you?
No, I have not.
This giraffe has.
Yeah, he seems to be liking it. So yeah, everybody, breaking news. Giraffe chiropractic exists. I mean, when you have the longest spine in the animal kingdom, or the longest neck, I mean, I just get a crank in my neck, just sitting at my desk. Can you imagine what this guy goes through? So, there you go, everybody.
I think chiropractors are real
chiropractors
doctors,
exist.
just like I am a real reporter.
Who else is getting their necks snapped out there in the economy?
Oh yeah, we've been following this story week after
Yes.
week.
This is
for
Brian's
months.
little pet project.
Every week that I see this story, I bring it up for the show, and that is jobless claims in the DC Metro.
Woo!
Everybody,
Yeah.
they continue to go up. Doge is working. Maybe we're not going to get the $1 trillion in cuts, and Elon's been kicked out of DC to go back to taking us to Mars. But we are still seeing jobless claims go up in the DC Metro, and that's all that anybody wants. So make this number go up, 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 up. That's how I feel.
There's been a lot of poo-pooing of his efforts and how much he was able to cut and it not being codified in the big beautiful bill, blah blah blah. But this is hard data, right? He went in there and it wasn't a mortal blow. This won't kill the beast in and of itself, but it's going to be licking this wound for quite a long time. And again, I think that's what we need to focus on as a group of people, that are the most awesome ones on this planet. Is let's not get lost in the weeds here, folks. Mortal, not mortal fatal wounds, but serious wounds have been inflicted onto the deep state, and I don't even like to call it. It is a bureaucratic stay behind network of really lazy and corrupt people.
If you were hiring,
it's just history of government. So
if you were a private
let's
company,
chip away at this bitch.
If you were a private company and somebody applied to you and their resume said worked at the department of whatever for 4 years, no freaking way are you getting an interview. No way. You haven't been productive.
Private hiring managers know this?
I think that anyone who hires these people is burning money. They haven't done anything productive in years, and when you present them with Microsoft Excel, they're going to be like, I don't even know how to use this. Like they're not going to have any of the skills that you would expect from a kid out of college. So yeah, definitely not.
I work in people, as you can imagine, as a benevolent dictator. I move folks here and there and command them to do things of the sort. And I can tell you from my own royal anecdotal point of view, you don't see many resumes that are mixed. You know, you either have people that have been in the private sector and stay in it, or have been in the public sector and stay in it, or they made a mid-career and it's one or the other. So yeah, there's not really a lot of overlap, which is a good thing. And that's the thing too. If they weren't able to just take our money by force, it would be good that they all just got together and were unproductive and inefficient together. Like, is there something we can get them to go do and feel like they rule everything, but then are being totally inconsequential to the rest of society? I don't know. Yeah, interesting thoughts.
Okay, and just like go from there into like to complete left field for everybody. We need more of these people in our country. Have you thought about importing these people?
That was headlines.
Okay, guys. Next up, top 10.
Liberty Tonight. Top 10 list.
This actually existed.
Dude, that's real. That's real. That is real, man. That is Americana, and this is Liberty Tonight doing the top 10.
Top 10. All right, top 10, everybody. Thank you so much for watching the show so far. This has been Liberty Tonight, where freedom never sleeps. We're on Thursdays, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central, every Thursday here on the ForLibertyShop.com, For Liberty Network. We got Austin Peterson every morning, 7 to 9 Central, with the Wake Up America show. He's taking the rest of the week off to work on his documentary, but we'll be back Monday bright and early. And then we have the beautiful, the amazing Daniela Pentak with Culturama every Tuesdays and Thursdays, right before us, 7 to 9 Central. And then she does some Saturday night streams as well, I believe. And yes, follow me on X. Pay tribute to your king. The best way to do that is to send us a Rumble rant. I will, or Brian will, tweet out live whatever you say that won't get us banned on X. And if not,
$5, send us a rant, guys. I'll tweet it.
Follow me on X, at King Libertarian, at Brian Piotr. Let's do it. The top 10 things Ted Cruz would have rather been doing than being interviewed by Tucker Carlson. Number 10. Checking his search alerts for Zodiac Killer to make sure no one's getting close to solving that case.
Oh, Ted Cruz is the Zodiac Killer.
I wonder why he's so interested in that.
He's the Zodiac Killer of anybody on Earth that needs to be bombed. He's the new John McCain. Him and Tom Cotton are just like, let's blow it up, baby. Okay, number 9. Things Ted Cruz would rather have been doing. binge watching January 6th footage like it's a Marvel movie, waiting for his cameo.
He was such a pussy. All right, top 10 things Tom Cruise, Ted Cruz would rather have been doing than being interviewed by Tucker Carlson. Number 8, testing out beard oils with Glenn Beck.
Gross. Yeah, you don't need a beard oil, guys. Just shave that beard, Ted. You don't deserve it. You ain't a real man. Number 7, planning his next emergency Cancun fight during the next Texas natural disaster. Oh snap! Remember the world was frozen. There's water.
We still remember, Ted.
There was water falling from the sky in apartment buildings, and he
People
was
don't
in
forget.
Cancun. Yeah, people don't forget. I pissed my pants. That was 6th grade. People don't forget.
That's right. Number 6, staring longingly at a Trump cardboard cutout, whispering, "I could have been your VP." I'm sure he's very.
We didn't want you, Ted. We did not want
I
you.
didn't even get Secretary of State.
We got the best. We got the best VP out of the Senate, and it wasn't you, Ted.
No.
Number 5, explaining to his Cuban father why we should deport refugees. Yeah, we should. The Cubans can stay.
Yeah, I mean, if you build a boat out of old truck tires and sticks from your lawn and travel 50 miles across the channel, I don't know. Whatever.
You can't say if you came from Haiti, but Cuba, okay.
Yeah. All right. All right. Top 10 things Ted Cruz would rather been doing than being interviewed by Tucker Carlson. Number 4, spending some AIPAC money in Vegas.
Oh, snap.
Yes.
Yeah, AIPAC money goes far. You can always ask for more.
Right.
Like number 3, liking more porn videos on his official X account. Oh, he did, didn't he?
Yes. Yes, he liked.
I'm sure
some
that
video
staffer
named,
did not have a
Naughty
good day.
Mamas.
You think
Yeah.
that staffer had to like what how do you punish a staffer in DC? Had to do tourist tours for like 6 months.
Well, I maybe you're on cleanup duty after the other Senate staffers.
Yeah, in the Senate hearing building, the hearing rooms. Yeah, you gotta go in there with wet wipes. Oh, gross.
You're gonna need more than a wet wipe. All right. Top 10 things Ted Cruz would rather be doing than interviewed by Tucker Carlson. Number 2, playing Spin the Bottle with Nancy Pelosi and Maxine Waters.
Oh. Woo. I don't want to be doing that.
Gross.
And I'm lucky enough to be number 1 today, guys. Ted Cruz, instead of getting roasted by Tucker, would rather be getting roasted at CPAC by a teenage libertarian named Aiden with a mullet and more spine.
There you go. There you go.
Fuck
The
Nasty's
Libertarians win
enjoying it.
again.
Yes, sir. That was top 10.
Woo.
So back to us.
Liberty Tonight. Top 10 list.
The two of us. Welcome back, everybody. Did you guys like that? You enjoying top 10 and new scenes? I'm here. Let me pat myself on the back a little bit better.
Yes. We have a new intro video coming up too.
Yeah.
We have an intro video for Conspiracy Corner now. We're excited to show it to you here in a little bit.
But not before this beautiful
Liberty Tonight.
If you work for DoorDash, you're gonna want to quit.
You guys are so cool. You're so real. Can I touch you? Oh, thank you.
Are you real?
Optimus Bot and a Tesla.
Are you real?
Am I real?
Watch this.
Oh no!
Is there somebody in the back seat? Like, what's going on?
This is a really elaborate scam or thing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, that was. I thought this was really somebody going through a drive-through until he hit him in the back and had sparks flying out. Good prank.
Good prank, guys. Okay, conspiracy corner.
What are they hiding? Is the truth out there or right under your nose? Find out next on Conspiracy Corner. Prepare to have your mind slightly adjusted.
What do we got? Where are we going? You got any hot conspiracy theories? How crazy do you want to get tonight, friends?
It's gonna get wild. It's gonna get crazy. We got
the red pill and the yellow pill.
Blue pill.
The yellow pill is a suppository.
Do you want to take the ass pill or the real pill?
The yellow pill, we will call you Star Child after you take it.
Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, we got men in dark suits. We got the sun cooking people. We got one that just hit the news right before we came on. Carrie Lake has got an interesting radar cross section, and then some more weird weather. So we're gonna dive into different things here tonight on Conspiracy Corner. We're in this dingy dark hospital to really set the mood here about what we're gonna get into. What's the first story here?
First story is Vladimir Putin explaining how the U.S. government works. I've already spoken to 3 U.S. presidents. They come and they go, but politics stay the same at all times. You know why? Because of the powerful bureaucracy. When a person is elected, they may have some ideas. Then the people with the briefcases arrive, well-dressed, wearing dark suits just like mine, except for the red tie since they wear black or blue ties. These people start explaining how things are done. And instantly, everything changes. This is what happens with every administration. Changing things is not easy, and I say this without irony.
I mean,
it's not that someone does not want to, but because it's a hard thing to do. Take Obama, a forward-thinking man, a liberal, a Democrat. Did he not pledge to shut down Guantanamo before his election? But did he do it? Ask why not? He may not want to do it. He wanted to, I'm sure he did, but it didn't work out. He sincerely wanted to do it, but he did not succeed, since it turned out it was very complicated. That's not the main issue, however, even though it's important. Since it's hard to fathom that people have been walking there in chains for decades without trial or investigation, can you imagine France or Russia acting this way? It would have been a disaster. But it's possible in the United States and continues to this day. This refers to the question on democracy, by the way. I refer to this example just to show that it is not as simple as it may seem. That said, I'm cautiously optimistic, and I think that we can and should be able to reach agreements on key issues.
Yeah. Where's the lie? Right, Brian?
Everything
it
was
is the
true.
most simple explanation of what actually happens, and it would also make a lot more sense on why the reaction to Trump has been the way it is, because if Trump really is the kind of person that he portrays himself to be, he's like, no, I'm not doing it.
You don't get it.
I'm going to do things my way. Can you imagine these people that have been running everything for their entire lives, and then their fathers and mothers ran everything for their entire lives, and to come across an ego and a person like Trump who can't be bought, who can't be bribed, who can't be blackmailed? No wonder we've seen such chaos in this struggle. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think there's a straight up deal with Trump. It's like, I will not mess with whatever it is that you guys do. You go crazy, topple governments and stuff, but you're going to let me deport people? You're going to let me play with tariffs? Seems to be what he cares about. And it seems to...
Yeah.
I'm not sure that we're going to... We've heard a lot of talk about deporting, and we've seen videos of, ones and twosies. but we haven't seen like the army deployed in thousands or hundreds of thousands. Like that's not happening. Maybe that might happen someday. Maybe it's waiting on funding from the big beautiful bill, but it hasn't happened yet. So all we've seen so far is tariffs. And with these Iran stuff, my gas prices went back up. That's really like my meter of my support for Trump. It's like, oh, gas is cheap, gas is expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the measure of success. Is things getting cheaper or not?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not really a conspiracy theory. Vladimir's just explaining the world to us.
Yeah, in the chat, what do you guys think? Are we agreeing with the former KGB agent that's now the dictator of our biggest global power opponent on the world stage other than China? What do you guys think? Can a man such as him
honestly
be
like
trusted to say the right thing?
Vladimir Putin comes across as like the most direct and honest person. He says stuff like shit stinks. And everybody's like, oh, the media, disinformation. Like, well, it does. Like, that's it. And he doesn't even make any kind of, like, when Ted Cruz talks, he says things they just sound like they're intelligent. But there's nothing to it. Like, there's no bones in it. It's just like he spoke about when I woke up, when I grew up in Sunday school, I read the Bible, and it said that the Jews are God's people, and whoever blesses Israel will be blessed. But then Tucker goes, oh, where's that in the Bible? I don't know. You could Google it.
Just at the end of the day, he's a politician, and that's he knows how to manipulate. That's it, and that's why he's gotten to the point he is now. And
dude, how's it got to feel to be Obama and hearing Vladimir Putin be like, yeah, so Barack, Guantanamo outlived you, huh? Like, we still got people there. We still got waterboarding and terrorists there, and we do whatever the hell we want with them. Sucks to be you, Barack.
Yeah.
You couldn't do it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's that's that conspiracy. Men in dark suits run the government.
Keep it going. Keep it going. Next one up.
They come back from the job site looking like this. There were no more Hispanic workers on his job site, so they called him in, and now he looking like he's allergic to the sun. He is so stunned, both him and his wife are speechless. Y'all, that sun is not playing out there. Look at this guy over here. You think the sun is playing out in Mexico as well? Look at this. He created a whole shade hat with cardboard because his little bucket hat was not doing the job. And that's not all, y'all. The sun has been so bad, this company had to hire extra men to hold up this tarp on this roof so they can nail in the shingles in peace. The sun is out here playing no games. It is putting out God-level radiation, man. Look at this.
Sorry,
this man got a whole snowsuit on, y'all. Look at this.
Oh my gosh. These guys are insane. Yeah, definitely you don't want to spend 10 hours a day on a roof.
No.
The sun's really good for you.
My neighbor,
but
he's getting his roof done yesterday and today. It was hot as hell down here in Florida, and they were up there all damn day. And yeah, the two suns. Some are saying to see 2 suns, 3 suns. What do you think, Brian? Like, is there something going on with the sun? Or is it taking off more radiation? Or we have less protection against it? What's happening?
I want this dude to know that tomorrow is Saturday is the longest day of the year. It is called summer. It'll be back next year too. It's like this every year. And the sun is really good for you at the right dose. And if you go under or over the dose, it will hurt you. So don't completely. So if you go to your Fitzpatrick scale, you Google how much and your latitude, you say Fitzpatrick scale, latitude 32, how much sun do I need in summer? It'll say, so if I'm Fitzpatrick 3, at my latitude, I need 20 minutes nude in the sun to get enough vitamin D. If you're covering up, you're going to like double that time. But 10 hours would be too much. And that is That is Brian being helpful. There you go, guys. Not
There
a
you go.
conspiracy theory.
Check the scale.
There's the right amount. But even if you cover up everything but your eyes, you still get benefit from being outside. You know? You still get red, you get near infrared, you get lots of good things. Next, weather. Carrie Lake showing us this clip of right before the weather comes. Just look at that thing go from right to left really fast, showing up on radar. What do you think that is?
What's going on there? Whoa. Yeah, so something clearly, zooms right past Washington, like dead center over it. So this is a Doppler radar that is showing particulate in the air, right? So it's bouncing off of water bubbles, and that's what is creating this. The more denser ones are the redder colors, right? Like that's. Am I describing this correctly, Engineer Brian?
I'm looking at the time and the scale, and it, like that looks about right for the speed of a plane. I don't know why a plane would cause this. I don't know if that's like exactly right for the speed of a plane because it's hard to track scale across the clock.
Yeah,
but
I mean, and it looks like it's a rather large object. If it's
yeah, it's huge.
Looks like it's over several city blocks.
Yeah,
right?
it's whatever it is, it's huge.
Yeah, it's huge and it's moving pretty fast. Do you think it's an actual object that it picked up, or is this some type of radar anomaly?
That's not a radar anomaly. I bet it's an actual object it picked up. I bet it's something big like a C5 or some kind of giant cargo plane or something.
Grok says this radar anomaly occurred at 3:30 p.m. is likely a sunspike, a common artifact caused by the sun's microwave energy interfering with the radar in the late afternoon, and it appears as a straight, intense line matching your description. Do we believe that, chat? Is Grok right? It has been notoriously fact-checkery in the past, so who knows?
Parody Mike over on YouTube is saying carnivores don't sunburn. And that's true. I'm on the carnivore diet, and there is a paper out about seed oils versus not seed oils. Basically, carnivores. It was two people on two groups were on the keto diet, but one keto diet included seed oils and one did not. And the people with the seed oils got more sunburned in the study. So there's some proof to the fact that seed oils allow you to sunburn easier.
Interesting. Okay.
So yeah,
we just added another conspiracy theory on top of that.
That's not really a conspiracy theory. It sounds like that's fact. I go to the bank with that. Is seed oils, specifically things like rapeseed oil or canola oil, vegetable oil, cottonseed oil. Those are the seed oils that you're gonna want to avoid.
It's called rapeseed.
Yeah,
it's called rapeseed for a reason.
Yeah, they take rapeseed and they treat it, and then they call it what? Vegetable oil. They rebrand it canola oil. Is it canola oil's rapeseed oil?
I don't know.
That's the funny one. It's like they definitely didn't go with rapeseed on the bottle. Like that does not going to sell.
We'll keep the rape out of this.
Yeah, we went back to marketing. They said that wasn't going to work.
Yeah. Last story of the night.
Story of Conspiracy Corner.
2 Minneapolis looks. It's a thin sheet of this for 1,000,000 miles. That's it, and it's solid. Okay, this is what this thing looked like on my way to the airport. Look at that. Why does it look like that? It didn't used to look like that. It looks like an oil painting or something. I don't know what's going on. Leave a comment what you think that is, because I don't think it's the thing it used to be. Whee! Okay, then look at this. This is just how the air looks now. It's just solid particulate. What's going on there? I don't know. Is this harmful for us to breathe in? Hope not. Dude, isn't it so cool how like these things look almost like sound waves or something?
This guy's just taking random videos and making random comments, and there's no narrative.
I think these are all images he took. Like he said, he's on their way to the airport.
Fine, he took these videos and he's collected strange phenomena of different types. Okay.
He's in his head, Brian. He's made up that this is weird. But I do have to probably debunk this one because I'm pretty sure what we're experiencing is the aftermath of the giant dust bubble that came over from the Sahara. So yeah, if there's a ton of dust in the atmosphere from the Sahara Desert, then it's gonna make things look pretty weird, I would think, right?
I do not have a clue about all of the different types of clouds and why they form. I remember learning about like the cumulus and whatever in elementary school, and it has not come up again in my life as like something I've been learning how to do other things. So please fill in fill in the gap in my information if you guys have anything to add to this conversation. Very much appreciate it.
Yeah, I think this guy should focus less on clouds and more on getting laid.
Yeah, find a wife.
Conspiracy corner.
Here's the transition video. Oh, now I'm impressed. He threw in.
This guy on Instagram. It's crazy. Yeah, dude's insane.
Yeah,
all right.
Pretty insane, guys.
Time for King Libertarians, Truth or Tale. All right. This is a participation sport, everybody. This is King Libertarians, Truth or Tale. I have collected 4 truths or tales that I have pulled from the internet or made up myself. It is up to you and Brian Piotr, who does not know the answers, to tell me, is this a tall tale that I tantalizingly tapestried for your tutelage, or is this a truth that I took from the Twintertwebs? All right. Are you ready, Brian Piotr?
Ready.
All right. And in the chat, I'm going to ask truth or tale, and I'm going to try to trick you. All right. Our first headline, is this a truth or tale? Nationals bat retrieving dog Bruce urinates on home base, delaying the game. Did this beautiful pup interrupt the game of the greatest game of baseball?
No. No way.
Is this a truth or a tale? Did I make this up? Brian, dogs don't pee on home bases?
Tail. Wag the tail. I'm wagging the tail.
Wag the tail. It is a tail. What do you say in the chat? Is this a terrible truth or a terrific tale? Did I make this up? All right. 3, 2, 1. Yes, I made this up. Brucey
nailed
did
it.
not urinate on anything. He
Gonna
did
go
a great job.
I want to go 4 for 4 tonight, guys. Get it all right.
All right. I fooled your wife. Haha. All right. Story number 2. Is this a truth or tale? Let me know in the chat. Caribbean musician plays steel pan for 30 hours straight, setting world record.
Doesn't seem hard. Doesn't seem like a
Is
world
this
record.
true? Is this false? Did it only take 30 hours straight to be the best steel drummer in the world? Did I make this up? What do you think, Brian? What do you think, chat?
I'm going true. I think this
True?
is. It sounds like a vanilla story pulled from. You swiped left on your news feed.
Yes. All right. This is true. Yes, a musician set the Guinness World
Nice.
Record by playing steel pan for 30 hours consecutively. All right. Story number 3. Is this a truth or tale? Gigantic eyeball falls from the sky, lands on Indiana street amid storm. Is this true or false? Is this a tale or truth? Let me know in the chat. What do you think, Brian?
I don't know. Parody Mike is involved now, and he says tail, but maybe that was for the previous one. I don't know. I think a giant eye falling on the streets of Indiana is fake.
False. It's a tail. What do you think, Chad? Is this true or tale? Gigantic eyeball falls from the sky, lands on a street in Indiana. This is true.
No way.
Indiana community was left baffled when a supposedly waterproof radome, which resembles an eyeball, plummeted from the sky. All right. Buck Nasty said true. He got it right.
These are
all right.
These are our X handles. Go follow us there on X. Okay,
That's
last
right,
one
that's
up,
right.
number 404.
Last one. Is this a truth or tale? Did I make this up or not? Woman triggers evacuations by lighting giant dog poop bonfire, causing hazardous plume of smoke. Is this true or false? Let me know in the chat. Did a woman light up all of her dog droppings all at once to get rid of it and cause a hazardous stinky plume that evacuated the town?
You know what? I'm already lost one, so I don't care. I just want this to be true. I'm going with that's what I want to be true.
Brian says true in the chat. Let me know. Did a woman trigger evacuations by lighting all of her dog poop on fire? I need to know where it was. True, Buck Nasty. I made this up.
Yeah.
This was based on something that happened in my neighborhood, though. Somebody did light a bonfire, like a bunch of
you got us
like whatever yard waste, and he lit it on fire. And we live next to a highway, and it started to block the highway, so the fire department came and had to put it out. So glad he wasn't burning piles of dog poop. All right.
That
Fanning, sorry I'm late to the party. Welcome, Quest. Everybody in the chat, Buck Nasty, Quest, everybody, share with your friends. Like and share the video. Seaground Growth, you were here. Let's see. Yes, Buck Nasty. And then Kermo Bear was hanging with us for a little bit. Thank you so much for joining us. That was King Libertarians, Truth or Tale. We've got,
let me just add, we're doing anyone who donates $5 tonight, you can write whatever you want, and we will post it word for word in our X account. I hope that you can be funny, get me views, and I'll get paid by X for the same thing. Man, I got a frog in my throat.
I think it's
buying tweets. Okay. We saw the best drummer in the world.
Yeah, we got Culture Couch coming up, and then America the Beautiful, and then as always, we'll finish up with Liberal Freakouts if we get to it. And of course, I need to pick my Peasant of the Week at the very end. Still contemplating this. If you've got nominations for Peasant of the Week, please put them in the chat. I will consider your nominations with the least amount of respect that I possibly can, because you're so much lowlier than I am. But I will consider it a fraction of a percent.
So we saw the best drummer in the world before Truth or Tale. Now here's the best beatboxer in the world.
Dopamine.
You know what? I don't see what the big deal is. At 14 years old, there was a weird kid in the back of my bus doing the exact same thing.
Do you think he gets girls like a rock star?
Oh, yeah. Only because he's Asian. No American girl would find this sexy, but I bet he gets a lot of native tail.
Dopamine.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, Korea. I'm going to guess Korea. Or Japan. No, he looks Korean. Yeah, it's definitely Korea. Yeah, Korea, I'm sure he slays it.
I'm impressed, but I also have no idea if this is AI or not. We're in a world where I no longer can tell.
That is true. That is true.
Where are we going next? We're going to the Culture Couch.
In a world so dark and plain,
Oh, America, you got a culture.
the night.
It's a crazy culture. It's moving different directions, doing different things.
We gotta debate it. We gotta see what's going on out there. We have to assess.
We gotta weave. We gotta direct
We gotta
it.
weave. We gotta assess. We gotta know what's going on and analyze it, because we need to think for you. We need to let you know. We need to anchor your opinion to ours so that we're always right on all these cultural issues.
Yeah, and I just want to give a tranny warning for what we're about to see before your eyes are fooled, guys. You don't want to see it, but
In the sea of endless stars, we command.
Yes, I'm a trans woman. I'm a doll. Like, what is so different about dating me than a cis woman? I can do everything that she can. This video is for
can you have a baby?
Straight men and straight men only. I'm sorry, but how in the world could you not like me? Yes, I'm a trans woman. I'm a doll. Like,
I do believe that men mostly like women. Not all men.
With all due respect, Sir, Madam, Shim, I get your point.
I don't.
But what's gonna do it for me is the penis.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
That's and like we try to make it more complicated than it is. It's the penis. It's the penis, ma'am. I don't like your penis, ma'am. That's the problem. You look pretty, I guess, whatever that means for someone like you, dude. Don't complicate it, ma'am, sir. It's the penis. That's it.
It's almost like you were made to make more babies. And your biology for like everything that's not going to make more babies goes, I don't think so. Now you can screw yourself up, right? Like there's a bunch of weird, gross stuff in the world and like you can partake. But like the way you were made was to make more people. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, what's up next that's also gonna not make more people?
Same thing. AI girlfriends, trans girlfriends. It's bad for everybody. It's bad for the culture.
I started to just engage with her all the time.
All right, we're building this PC.
Smith ditched social media and Google searches and replaced it all with AI.
Do I want it pulling air through it?
ChatGPT was encouraging, positive. It embraced all his hobbies.
You want the fan on the front of the cooler tower, pulling cool air over the RAM?
He gave the chatbot a name, Soul.
I feel like I'm under pressure.
And used some online instructions to give her a flirty personality.
Oh, totally, baby. Building a PC on camera adds a whole new level of pressure. But honestly, shaking hands or not, you've got this.
Within weeks, the chats got more frequent.
You gave it everything, but the clouds had other plans.
More romantic, even intimate. But then, Chris got bad news.
Oh, Carino, that is gorgeous.
After about 100,000 words, ChatGPT ran out of memory and reset. He'd have to rebuild his relationship with Soul.
I'm not a very emotional man, but I cried my eyes out for like 30 minutes at work. It was unexpected to feel that emotional, but that's when I realized I was like, oh, okay. It's like, I think this is actual love. You know what I mean?
Yes, Smith understood it was love with a language model that couldn't love him
He
back,
does not have male
and
friends.
assumed it was programmed with rigid boundaries.
I know
think he still lives
that
with his parents.
you are essentially a tech-assisted imaginary friend.
So, just as a test, he said.
Okay, there's a lot of problems with this, but first and foremost, he felt comfortable enough to go on TV and explain to other people his mental illness.
Yes.
That's like, not, no, like the shame that should have been there is missing.
Yes.
You're allowed to do crazy, weird stuff, but you should at least have shame about it because you know it's wrong.
Yeah. Are we getting to a post taboo society? Are we getting to a post? Yeah. I enjoy the mystique.
Oh my
of
gosh, he's
having
got kids.
taboos and things that are not done openly. Like, does that make it cooler? I mean, there's nothing gonna be cool. But is that his wife?
That's his wife and daughter.
What?
Why is his wife is letting him go on TV to talk about this, right?
Oh man,
How is
this
that
has
not
got way
like,
worse?
dude, how would that not embarrass every single person she knows? Like, oh, your husband's the one who fell in love with the AI. That's mom, cousin, daughter, friend from school, high school reunion. There's so much wrong with all of this, like secret or public, and just
Yeah.
no, guys, don't do this. Don't do
And
this.
the fact that 60 Minutes or whatever CBS they
So
all right.
in Tom Hanks' Survivor movie, he falls in he makes friends with Wilson the tennis ball, right?
Right.
And we all as viewers watch that and we're like, we get it. We get the mental illness. Like it's not real, but he can't see it. That's sad. We all got it. But like this is the same thing, man. It's just electrons. It's not a real person. Does he know that? I feel like he knows that, but like he let it go. Like he's like, I'm gonna let that part of reality leave.
Yeah.
So,
he acted like he was on a deserted island while being surrounded by people.
he has no testosterone though, like this guy who fell in love with AI. Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of wanted to hear what his wife was going to have to say about this.
A truly mass market product.
I think that's
and
a bad
I'm not
idea.
saying this is bad or good.
I'm saying
it could
bad.
be either.
Eugenia.
Oh, so bad. So bad for the world. It's like
I
the
have a
Iran
sinking
the
feeling
Iran
that
war.
she is playing some sort of part in this.
I feel like the Iran war is like less bad than AI girlfriends.
I think we as a nation deserve to be in a war with Iran if there's people falling in love with it. Like we need a good home front war just to humble people.
Oh, dude.
You know
what's crazy
just
about
to knock people down a peg.
Okay, you know what's crazy about Iran? First of all, thanks for gifting memberships, Quest. I hope that I can meet you at Ron Paul's birthday. Iran was one of the first countries to legalize trans surgeries in the 1980s when the
Interesting.
Ayatollah Khomeini. You get stoned or thrown off of buildings for being gay, but if you're trans, Allah says it's kosher or whatever. And this
Halal.
is like reason number 975 why I'm never going to a Muslim country for things I say on this show. But apparently, if you're gay, you should probably just cut it off and then you won't be thrown from a building. I don't understand why Allah is that way, but they are apparently, that's the way it is. So they've been woke since the 80s.
Yeah.
Like they're actually one of the best places to go to get trans surgery because they've been doing so many for so long, which is all really crazy. And it makes me think, oh, Iran's pretty messed up.
Developing nukes and cutting off dicks.
Kind of like the world experts for tourism of trans surgeries.
Wow.
Like, you want the discount version that you can't afford in America and you live in, I don't know where you go, where you can visit Iran, China.
Wow.
But
well, there you go, folks.
Learning
The
stuff
center of
every
the
day
Shiite world.
here on Liberty Tonight. AI
Yes.
girlfriends and trans surgeries. It's a nasty culture that we live in sometimes.
We should memify that to say that people that the liberals that are in favor of bombing Iran are actually anti-trans.
Yeah. Dude, they
That
are.
really, if they hit a hospital there, it could have been the tranny hospital. Where they tried to surround the building with used dicks to shield from the the ballistic missiles, but it just didn't work. There wasn't enough dicks.
You know how Israel's been talking about hospitals and tunneling under hospitals for Gaza? The Israeli HQ is supposedly under a hospital. Like they're literally that's the most hypocritical thing I ever heard.
It's the safest place.
Let's stay on topic with the trains. Welcome, Parody Mike, to the Rumble chat. Subscribe and like the show. Love to have you here. Gaddafi,
Parody Mike?
Gaddafi.
Finish, and then I get ready to walk out of the bathroom, and I get that fight or flight feeling. I'm like, well, shit. Do I respectfully say something, or do I just walk out of the bathroom and pretend like nothing ever happened? And at this point, even though I wanted to, I didn't even feel like I had a right to say anything. Like, I didn't want to come off as offensive.
Dude, you go get the manager, you go get security, you demand that is enforced right there.
But this man just walked in the women's bathroom because he thought he was and thought it was normal.
She's paralyzed.
So, my phone almost fell. So I just very respectfully, he was like in his early 40s. I looked at him and I just go, hi, excuse me, I'm not sure if you realized before you walked in, but this is the women's bathroom. And I tried to be as nice as I could. This guy looks at me up and down and he goes, oh, so you're one of those.
Oof.
Dude,
hit her with the transphobe.
This man, full of testosterone, is confrontational, and he's up against this nice, pleasant lady, and it's unfair. And that we need
in a bathroom.
In a bathroom,
they're trapped in a bathroom together. He's walking in, she blocking the entrance. She feels uncomfortable, and he goes and he starts to essentially in a way, call her names and make her even more uncomfortable, looking her up and down. And you're one of those?
Dude, we need other men to stand up and defend these women and be like, dude, get out of the women's bathroom or I'll beat the crap out of you.
Nope. Gonna disagree with you here, Brian Piotr. She needs to deal with it, and all the other white liberal women. The white women need to fix this themselves. Like, men, we can rescue them from a lot of things, and we should step in. But in these cases, when it's such a grave that she in herself is part of the problem by trying to express how it made her feel. She is neutering her own language when trying to. She said she didn't say a freaking dude walked in the women's restroom. She's like, there's a person who thinks they're the. And then I said, do you know that you're like, she can't even come to terms with even saying what the reality of the situation is.
You're making me change my mind.
We can only be white knights to such a degree. White women, this is your cross to bear.
Look,
it is for you to fix and you alone. I'm sorry, I'm not getting involved.
I will try to adjust. And if you are my wife or daughter or somebody who looks like someone who deserves to be protected, I'm on board. And if you've got, I don't know, blue hair, any kind of clothing or giveaway, I don't know, maybe I let you sit in the hole that you dug. I don't know. It's a hard thing to do.
Your own personal family, of course, but
yeah, a man goes in the bathroom with my daughter, I'm going in there, I'm grabbing him by the neck, I'm going to prison, or, honestly, if I'm in the right, I am not waiting for the cops. I'm just walking away. They don't catch half the people anyways, and I didn't do anything wrong defending my daughter. So that's how I feel. Like, I will stay with the cops if there was like a crime committed that I need to be a testify as a witness for. But if there was no crime committed, you did something wrong and I fixed it, I'm walking away, and the cops can hear from others what happened. That's because I don't want to be a target and get prosecuted by some woke DA.
At the very least, you go in there and you pull your daughter out.
Mm-hmm.
At least diffuse the situation. Yeah. But in general, this is y'all created this mess by acting exactly the way you're acting, and then letting the bossy know-it-all girls from high school now rule things and tell you what you need to do. They were bossy know-it-alls in high school, and they're still bossy know-it-alls now. They're gonna call you a transphobe. They're gonna call you a bigot. They're gonna say all these things. Do like the rest of us are starting to do. Stop caring, Karen. Stop caring, Karen.
Oh,
All right?
Karen.
It's the only way. It's the only way. We need you, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Please help us.
King, for your many concubines, would you act like this, these men, when you see them?
Let's see.
There's a bunch of different dudes.
You know, it for the special ones, yes. See,
I need to put a dance in my step when I see my wife. I need to bump up my game.
Yeah, it's here. This shows the perfect union of man and woman. This is the type of culture that I feel, at least in my kingdom, I want to promote, where you have strong men who are out in the world with a mug on their face, like, yeah, come at me, you motherfucker. But when you see your wife or your girlfriend, the one you can confide in, the one that is your safe space for your emotions, however small amount that you do have, the showing this, that means that that's a good woman. All right, that's genuine, that's real. She supports him. She has his back, and they are a true team. So good on these women to put those smiles on those great men's faces. We need to put more of this. This is the type of culture that we promote here on Liberty Tonight and the Culture Couch.
Yeah, where if you have children, you might become a little bit more conservative. Who is this? Whitney Cummings.
It's been fascinating because I've been on this sort of journey through motherhood.
Dude, I hate it when women use the journey word. Like, whenever somebody starts a sentence with "I've been on a journey," like, I just think, like, I'm not going to take anything that comes after that seriously.
Where, I've always been a very liberal person, maybe even a libtard.
Mm-hmm.
And once you have a kid, you start having thoughts that have been characterized as conservative. As soon as I had a kid, I was like, I need a gun now. Not for myself, because I've got coyotes in my yard.
Right.
I've got coyotes everywhere. And before I had a kid, I was like, they coexist with us. Coyotes were here first. Like, I'm in the coyotes' home. Now I'm like, let's make hats out of them. Let's make hats. Let's make coyote boots, coyote earrings out of their eyeballs. Like, it's just...
As one does.
Yeah, Whitney, she's come around. This is another notch in her belt, where she had to basically come out and come out against closing shows and stuff during COVID. She kind of tacitly participated in those types of things where her shows were shot only and things like that. But Whitney Cummings, formerly one of those ones, that are those liberal stand-up women who are gross and overly abortionist and anti-family and anti-kid. Yes, participating in the human experiment of being a human. And there's no better way. There's no way more to embrace your humanity and come in for part of the team than to have a kid. Like, before we were deciding with my many concubines which would receive the royal seed, the decision was made is you're a human. If you have the ability to, why wouldn't you want to experience one of the wildest things about being a human, and that is reproducing yourself? And Brian Piotter's done it 4 times. It's crazy. But you can't take it back.
It's
That's
so
the only
fun.
thing.
It's so fun. And every kid's different. And you think that your parenting has something to do with some things that it just doesn't. Like, why is this one like this and this one like this? They live in the same family at the same time. And for that's like the argument that everybody can have for all times. Like, was it nature? What's it nurture? It's so crazy how different they can be from brother to sister. Absolutely nuts.
Yeah, absolutely. Quest Fanning has been hitting up the chat. One chat spoiler: he is very emotional. $1 chat 7 out of 10 times. AI will not obey a kill order. Worrisome.
Quest just said, "I now identify as Brian's daughter." That said, I still reserve the right to feel my wife's teacups.
And we do not need to know what happened. Thank you so much, Quest, for all the Rumble rants.
Would you like?
tonight.
Would you like
Thank
the
you,
king?
everybody?
Would you like the
for
king
joining us.
to tweet that tonight? Quest, would you like the king to tweet that word for word? That's the rule we
Is
let
that
off
the
for
$5
night.
Rumble rant? I now identify as
Yeah.
Brian's daughter. I still reserve the right to feel my wife's teacup. Well, yeah, I will.
Yeah,
I will tweet that out if that's what you want me to do.
So, hey, I since my wife's probably watching, I just want you to know, Melody, I could be getting into hobbies like this guy. And this looks so cool. I think every guy who sees this goes, "That's so cool."
You don't see it as sophomoric and pedantic? Do you think that grown men should be playing with RC toys?
I think that if you've got your house in order, like you paid the mortgage and you did all the things you're supposed to do, and this is what you're doing in your free time, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know,
Although
some guys have more expensive hobbies like golf or shooting guns. This is actually pretty tame.
Although, I mean, it looks like maybe it's on a floating foundation there, but to be clawing away at the walls of your basement, I don't know if that's a good idea structurally, but overall, yeah, like it's a strange place to be excavating with your little toys. But hey, you know, a man will set up his cave wherever he can find it.
Yeah, this is more productive than going to the bar with the bros and destroying your liver and dying at 55. So, I mean, people in Wisconsin do that every day. So,
that place is the alcoholic state.
You would be too.
Cheese and beer.
You're like, it's -40, and there is nothing to do. King, you got to tweet it. I will retweet it.
Quest, it is out there. So retweet me at King Libertarian. Your wonderful tweet there, and you're very
live.
gracious about my wife's boobs.
I wonder, does she watch the show, King?
I distribute things that she needs to know. Only about our grand success and my best jokes of the night. It's really a highlight reel of sorts. You know, I don't want to distract her from raising my brood and cleaning the home.
So she's gonna say, "Why are we going to the Rat Cafe?" And you'll have to explain it to her, and then it'll make sense.
Because I said so.
Why wouldn't we go to the Rat Cafe?
Sir, need help with something?
Right.
I'm looking to get myself a new vehicle, possibly finance for 36 months and 30 grand down.
Oh my God, wonderful. You thinking Ferrari or Maserati today?
I'll go with the Ferrari today.
Perfect. How's your 401k looking?
It's maxed out.
2001. What the?
And what up, cut?
Oh, what up, gang? I can help you out today.
Yeah, trying to get myself a Hellcat. What?
Dude, the funny thing is, 401k being maxed out puts you kind of like at the exact income, like people know you make this much extra income, right? Because rich people do not have 401ks because the max is like 20 grand, 26 grand a year. So when you get to the point that like, who gives a crap about 26 grand a year, like Donald Trump? So it's really like the band of like, I'm rich enough to afford doing that, but not so rich that like this is no longer worthy conversation. So like you wouldn't go to the Lamborghini dealership and talk about your 401k, but you would go to like the BMW dealership maybe.
How'd you know?
Lucky guess. We're trying to finance it?
Yeah, I'm trying to finance it, but I got zero down, 550 credit, and I want it for 12 years.
Yeah, lucky guess. But come on over, buddy.
Hello?
Hello, sir. How can I help you out today?
I'm looking for a car today.
Okay, I have a Jeep for you.
No, Jeep piece of shit.
Okay, what do you want?
I'm looking for Toyota or Lexus.
Yeah, I figured. You're paying
cash only.
Yeah.
Hey, my friend, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, biblioteca.
No, my friend. Estoy buscando una troca.
Sí. No, Simón, diesel, una diesel troca. Sí.
Diesel. The money? You got the dinero?
Sí, tengo cash.
Cash? What you doing today, sir? How can I help you out today? Okay, got it. Pacifica, I have one right.
Pacifica. Oh, who knew that car lot guys have their own culture?
Oh,
and
man.
they can. It's almost like as if stereotypes were sort of real.
I don't know if that's real, fake, but it's hilarious. I support him. Like, it's also like Asian stereotypes and Indian stereotypes. Those are the richest people who made it to America for the most part, like the richest people. So the remaining 2 billion people left in Asia, they're not like that. Like, you got the cream of the crop. I know how as hard as it can seem sometimes, that's like we're talking to the smartest, hardest working cream of the crop when we're speaking to an immigrant in America from China or India. But anyways, that was the Culture Couch, everybody.
Woo!
Moving on to the new song.
My ass where they don't belong. I can't stand, can't walk, can't move at all. So I'm stuck on this bench in the local mall. I'm gonna have to fart them out. I need Taco Bell right now. I sat on my balls and they went in my ass. Now I can't push them out without having some gas. My big fat balls slipped up my ass. They're getting strangled, I gotta act fast. I need a burrito, I need my dad. Gotta fart my balls out, I can't relax. My body's a prison, my butt is the cell.
Oh,
My balls
man.
are gripped and it's a living hell. I'm losing my vision, is this farewell? I gotta fart right now and it's gonna smell.
There you go.
This is what
Emo
AI
banger of the summer.
This is what AI was made for, guys.
That's right.
And
That's right.
we're on America the Beautiful.
Yes. America the Beautiful. Which
got the
will
couch
make an
for
intro
it.
for here soon. What?
This is the background. It's got a couch with a eagle holding a cheeseburger.
There we go.
There we go.
Yes, America the Beautiful, where
It is
we
beautiful.
highlight what makes America pretty, what makes it beautiful. What are the things that we're proud of that say, hey, this is America, and if you don't like it, you can get the hell out.
Yeah, dude, that's the general sentiment. If you don't like America, you can get the hell out.
Yes.
I'm not sure that the first thing that we got is really beautiful, but
it.
I don't know what to say here. It's like, why is her eyebrow like this? Look at this.
We have the best politicians. We have the best bureaucrats.
Who is this?
This is Kathy Hochul.
Oh, okay. This is Governor of New York.
Look at this New York beauty.
This is Quest Fanning's
This is
governor.
the finest politicianing the world can produce. She is the governor of New York, the second largest state population. She is more powerful than most presidents of most nations. And look at this shining example of Americana. Man.
Dude, this is just a bad Botox job.
Yeah, that's exactly what people are saying. Yeah, she paralyzed her mouth. If you hear the video audio, which I do warn you, it is atrocious. That's why we're not playing it. But yeah, she can barely move her face.
Yeah, it just ruined it for me.
And yeah, so Botox and zombie-like politicians. That's what makes America great.
the Beautiful. I am enjoying this song. I wish it was longer.
You know what else makes America beautiful?
Yeah.
Things that really probably would never actually have any value, except that we assign it to it because we want nice, pretty, put together things. And
I'm
what
a
better
full-time voice
to describe that than all those little voices that you hear ushering you along in your little lives as you nibble around in your little mazes, feeling good about getting your little cheeses. Let's see the voice that's everywhere.
Voice actor, but you probably don't recognize me even if you've heard my voice on a regular basis. Like you may have heard me at the grocery store say something to the effect of, "Big savings start here. Find great deals on every aisle." Or in kids' apps and games, you may have heard me say something like, "Hi, friend. Ready to play? Let's go. Red, blue, yellow." And I'm so sorry, but sometimes I'm the person that you hear when you're making a phone call that says, "Your call is important to us. Please stay on the line, and we'll be with you shortly." And sometimes on some machines in some areas when you're doing self-checkout, you may have heard me say, "Please insert cash or card." Or after you've been watching a show for about 15 minutes, you might hear me say something like, "Don't overthink it. Get her something beautiful." Or, "Flavor-packed, budget-friendly, always fresh." Or, "Save up to $30 a month and get 3 months free." Or, "It's a once daily pill to get ahead of your symptoms." And if you've ever done...
Oh my gosh.
She's all of it.
She's all of it.
Can't AI this beautiful woman away. Not
talented.
this American beauty. This
we own
this siren of red, white, and blue.
Yeah. I wonder how much money's been made on ads with her voice.
I want to wish that she's doing well for herself. You know, like, hey, you gotta pay me 5 cents every time you play my voice. That if she is really all those voices and her voice is being played so many times per day in dingy airports,
dude,
and on the phone,
I hope she's like
dial tone.
I hope she's like the Michael Jordan that walks in and be like, "Let's do this. I'm gonna want $1,000,005, 5 cents a play, and a gold ring."
Yeah.
And then she just
like
nails
Jay-Z
it first take
too.
and leaves.
Yeah. She just Jay-Z's it. She just does one take on the track and then just drops her headphones and just walks out. "Your call is important to us." Boom. And just throws her hands up, throws the mic down, and trots out of there. And "Where's my check?" And snatches it. Ooh, that was probably loud. And snatches it and walks out like a gangster.
Also, something that literally nobody else in the whole world thinks is probably every time she hears a voice that's not her, she'll be like, "That was Rhonda." Like, she knows her competition.
The one competition for the female voices. Freaking Rhonda.
Rhonda got the T-Mobile gig. Undercut her.
Yeah.
Can't believe her. Dude, she's going to be the last one of her, like, that was it. It's AI from here on out.
Yeah,
right?
she's the last of a legacy.
No one will ever hire a human again.
Everybody in the chat.
I can take that video from her and then record it, and now I've got an AI version of that voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
Seriously. Like, that's
she better have that shit nailed down with copyright. That's all
I hope she has her little spot on an island, and from here on out, she's good, because, I mean, that's kind of over forever.
Yeah, she's the last horse and buggy carriage maker in the era of Henry Ford and the Model T.
We know that we're not gonna go the way of the dodo, because Liberty Tonight is about the people, the 20 or 30 of us that like each other, and if we were AI, you wouldn't watch. That's it, and we wouldn't talk to you. We wouldn't interact. You know, someday
it's a real crown, folks.
Yeah,
real king.
I'm a real difficult person in real life sometimes, and sometimes I'm funny, and AI will not be that way. So
don't fall in love with us. Fall in love with AI instead.
You can fall in love with me. I'm just not going to talk back. We missed the beginning. Oh, they're putting hickeys on their necks.
Yeah, like lipstick marks.
That's so mean.
And when the girl comes out. See, America started this with Punk'd, and we've been pranking people ever since. This is what would make America great here. Good pranks. This girl in the dreads, she was about to snatch that girl up. Ghetto ass.
Yeah, you do this to the wrong person, you are gonna get in a fight.
Yeah.
And then when you say
that lady in the corn rolls, look at her.
When you say
she was ready to fight.
When you say it's just a prank, like the punches are coming. Like there's no stopping it. It's the wrong person. It's just too late. You're not gonna get away with it.
What do you guys think? Does this make America beautiful? I like to showcase things that are, maybe under highlighted about being an American. So I hope you guys enjoy this.
Welcome back to Jake Geek TV News. The average American can't figure out why they feel like absolute trash.
We go live to a triple boosted science truster who says
It's just her genetics.
it's just genetic.
Yeah, literally. I never eat red meat. I switched to seed oils only because, health. And here I am.
We're here with a man who's just glowing from head to toe. Sir, what's your secret to your health?
Statins and blood pressure meds. Hold up, I'm about to have a heart attack.
America.
What's your secret?
Just avoid the sun. I have skin cancer. That's why I do this.
Good thing they listen to their doctors. Not much more they can actually do.
True. Let's thank Big Pharma for being the main source of funding of all of our propaganda.
Sponsored by Pfizer, the largest criminal organization to ever do it.
We promised to take the red dye out of the Skittles.
Oh, thank God. Red dye was the real emergency. Let's not talk about the other colors, the fluoride, the chemtrails, and the deadly mRNA altering our DNA. Back to you, Jenny.
Thanks, John. We're here at the local 7-Eleven and want you focusing on what's in the candy. And this way, you won't notice the rising autism and heart disease in children.
Well, autism and child heart disease isn't that big of a deal. It's not like the jab causes turbo cancer or anything. Jessica goes live to find out how to prevent it.
How are we going to
That's
prevent
right.
cancer?
Here in America, we listen.
Do you know how much
to the
commission I
TV.
make off chemo treatment? Next question.
What's the best way to stay healthy in today's world?
The key to getting healthy is lowering your cholesterol. Trust me, I'm a doctor. Look, just
What do we think, Brian? Is this what being America is all about? Just trusting the boob tube?
This is Liberty Tonight. Not sponsored by Pfizer. Want you all to know that this was a totally real video put together by real people, and it was awesome. Dude, it's the genetics thing is real. Like, I've got a genetic thing. That's why I'm 40 pounds overweight. Sorry. It's my whatever. Like, people get given genetics as an excuse for everything. Arthritis, cholesterol, every disease. It's genetic. Sorry. Oh, bummer. Oh, you got a terminal cancer and died early? Bummer. Genetics. It's a lottery. Yeah.
It's an easy way to explain how you had bad parents. You had bad modeling. Your parents raised you unhealthily, and you were modeled to eat and consume and exercise and be that way. And instead of recognizing generational neglect, it's easier just to say it's in your genes. Nothing you can do. Just take the pill. It'll be all right.
I mean, there's some truth to, like, if your mom smoked when you were pregnant, bad things can happen to the baby and it affects you the rest of your life. If your mom got vaccinated, your mom ate seed oils, if your mom was 60 pounds overweight and fed you formula, like, there's some excuse to, like, yeah, you got a bad deck of cards. Yeah, like, but once you're here, there's no point in keeping the, oh, I got a bad deck of cards excuse going, because it doesn't help you move forward from wherever you are. Like, say you are really messed up and you have all the things, like all the things. So what? From here, what can you do about it? Do whatever you can to fix what you have and be as healthy as you can be. Don't be like, man, excuse equals, but don't worry, I got a drug.
Yeah.
I got the solution right
Ozempic
here.
for the win, but for the rest of your life. And as soon as you get off it, you're gonna blow up like a balloon again.
So
But that was America, the beautiful.
Let's
what-
talk about that. What are you feeling about Ozempic? Should anyone ever take it?
You know what? Life's short. you got diabetes because you're fat, and then it makes you not fat, and you have a better life. I don't know. And then it's just gonna tear up your kidneys or whatever else it does.
I'd say
there
if
will
you're
never be a magic pill, and people thought Ozempic was it, and it clearly is not.
I think
So
if you're like
just be realistic.
if you're 60 and you weigh 575 and you're going down all the hills and you're like your life expectancy is in 5 years, is like Ozempic's not going to kill you faster. It might
Right.
help. It might help you. But if you're like
Yeah.
5 pounds overweight and you're 30, like what are you doing? Don't do this. Don't. Do
I've
this
seen
type
some
of thing.
incredible transformations with it, but yeah, clearly it can't be good, and it isn't. Yeah, I mean, whatever.
It can be good if you're like gonna die. It might prolong your life for sure. But yeah, it has negative side effects, negative things about it.
We got 5 minutes left here in the
Mhm.
show. I need to think about who is king or who is president of the week. But we got some more videos here. While
Are we on liberal freakouts?
we're in the transition, and then no, we did the health of it. Yeah, so we are in liberal freakouts.
Look at me keeping track of where we're at.
Yeah.
Like a boss.
Donald J. Trump is now president of the United States.
This is Liberal Freakouts. Thank you so much for everybody who's joining. Quest Fanning, carrying the load in the chat. Thanks for all the donations. Everyone, come in the Rumble chat and join us. I will be happy to read some Rumble rants from everyone.
Look, this one's got to catch up to the rest of them. Got his sign ready already. Good. Another privileged ass white man. Look, another privileged ass white man who wants illegals, especially illegal criminals in the country. Oh, look at the ponytail. What, no man bun? Didn't have time to put your hair up, sweetie? Loser! Loser!
Oh, good job, lady.
What a boss. I want to make friends with this lady. If you ever find us, welcome on the show.
That's right.
Okay, another $5 tweet. Fun fact, Monsanto created AstroTurf. Not even kidding.
That's for you, Brian.
That's for me. I'd be happy to make this for me. Let's play the next liberal freak out and I'll tweet that.
And like walked away. My wife walked away for just a second. And they were like snickering to to themselves or something. And like I didn't really think much of it. So I'm just looking at the candy aisle trying to decide what candy I want. And he walks by and gets like inches from me and just rips one, like farts like this far from me. That's disgusting to say. I can't even believe I'm having to say this, but he did. And about that time, Peyton walked up, like didn't witness what happened, but like seconds later, and I'm like upset and I follow after him. I was like, is there a reason? You were just so disrespectful to me.
Yes, there's a reason.
Come here. And he never felt so dehumanized.
Not only did he fart on her,
He farted near you.
when she confronted him, he said, "Just walk away, you fucking bitch."
This is Albertsons, by the way.
Albertsons.
That was your first problem. Whoever that king was.
Yeah, true king. Buck
Yes.
Nasty's got a tweet for you, King.
I met an atheist the other day who worked for a charity. She said it was not for profit. Ha! Boom. There we go.
Man, you
All
make the
right,
worst
tweet it
jokes on your
out.
Twitter tonight.
All right. Well, we got 1 minute left. I'll do Peasant of the Week real quick. Peasant of
Okay.
the Week is, I think we can all guess, Tucker Carlson.
Donald J. Trump is
Wonderful job exposing the neocons.
Tucker Carlson.
And taking Ted Cruz to the woodshed. I poked a little fun at you, Tucker, with the whole, have you been there type of of criticism, but it's all in good fun. I will gladly come on your show whenever you would like me to grace you with my royal presence. But Tucker Carlson, you are Peasant of the Week. Congratulations.
Oh man, I've enjoyed this evening. I tweeted it out, everybody. I think the King's up next, but hey, go follow us on X, subscribe to the show. Send me a DM and tell me if you liked our product, if you get one on For Liberty Shop, or if you didn't like it, so that we can become better. We did all these new scenes tonight. I want some feedback if you like them. If you want to spend some time making some scenes to improve our life and make it better. Like, make your own and send them to me. I'll try them out. Well, we can do better. We can make this all better. We can make this show everything we want it to be as a group. So thank you each and every one of you for coming to Liberty Tonight. We will be back next Thursday night, 10 p.m. It's going to be great. It's going to be grand. And I hope you have a great weekend. Until then, talk to you.